Hey guys, thanks for checking out another episode of Kenny's Record Collection. This episode is kind of a special one, and it could also get a little deep. I'm just going to get right into it. Less than a year ago, my cousin and his young son died tragically. Fortunately, their daughter escaped unharmed, but we lost my cousin and his son, and it's really horrible. But fast forward, 8 months later, my cousin's older sister, Helen, hit me up, and she knows, I'm a complete record maniac. And she hit me up. She said, listen, we have Joe's record collection, and we're trying to figure out what to do with it. I don't know if we should sell it or try and, have like a yard sale, just get rid of it. I said, listen, send me a video of all the records, and I'll check it out, and I'll tell you if you're holding on to anything that's actually pretty valuable. So, I get the videos, I go through it all. It's a solid classic rock collection. This is stuff that most of you have in your collections. It's all good stuff, but also it's very common stuff. So not really valuable, but really cool. Someone who collects records would definitely be interested in what he had. A lot of good stuff. When looking through the collection, I did notice that there was one record in there that looked pretty promising. And if you're familiar with my Led Zeppelin 2 Robert Ludwig hot mix video, well, that's the record that was in there. So I forwarded the video to my cousin. I said, listen, check out this video, and you'll be able to see if that's the one that Joe had. So I sent the video to her, and she got back to me right away. She said, listen, unfortunately, there's no record in the sleeve. So it was the original Led Zeppelin 2. Maybe not definitely the Robert Ludwig hot mix version of Led Zeppelin 2, but it was the right sleeve. So we left it off at that. I said, well, put the records up on Facebook Marketplace, or try to bring them to a record store and, get a few bucks a record, whatever. So we left it off at that. Fast forward a couple weeks, I come home and there's a package on my steps. And I get packages almost every other day, records and whatever. So I check it out. I said, oh, it's from my cousin Helen. I'm like, what could this be? So I take it in the house, I open it up, I pull it out, and it's this. It's the sleeve. Heavy stuff. So this belonged to my cousin Joe, and it's the original Led Zeppelin 2 cover. Now, it's deep to me because if you watched my original Led Zeppelin 2 video, I'll put a link at the end of this video. This was my cover that I had. And look at this thing. It's beat. It's, written on. It's tons of shelf wear. This thing's 50 years old, but it's just, the spine is crushed. Looks like maybe whoever had it before me just kept it flat on the ground with a bunch of records on top of it. The spine, the front and back cover don't even meet perfectly. You could see it, it's tore up, you know what I mean? There's tape on the bottom. So I always wanted an upgrade to this copy. So anyway, long story short, my cousin Helen sent this to me, and I'm very appreciative. It completes my copy. Now I could say I have a very good condition copy of the Led Zeppelin 2 with the Robert Ludwig, mastering. So yeah, pretty heavy. it makes you think though, most people's record collections, a lot of the records have come from people that have passed on. You know, like music is such a big part of people's lives and big part of their personality, and like, you know, you could tell like what kind of person somebody was by the records they had, you know, and it's just, you know, it's awesome that I have this now, you know what I mean? It's a piece of my cousin, you know, and I'm sure he'd be psyched to know that I have it. So yeah, that's that. So I wanted to show you guys though, there's a couple other things I grabbed within the last month since making that Led Zeppelin 2 video. I go to a lot of estate sales. I'm always out running around looking for stuff. So this is something I grabbed the other day. This is a 1970s copy of the cassette. I'm not really a cassette collector. I do have some cassettes, but it's cool. It doesn't have a barcode. It's got the old school, you know. Doesn't really look like it was played either. Pretty cool, you know. The actual case is cracked, but you know, it is what it is. Doesn't matter. You know, it's not like these things are crazy valuable either. It's, you know, it's just something cool to have. This was cool to see at an estate sale. Led Zeppelin 2 8-track. You know, I mean, if I see an 8-track of an album that I love, I'll grab it just for the completist factor. You know, if I see Sabbath or, you know, stuff like that, I'll pick it up. So this is cool too because it's hard to see, but the album cover on it shares that same ST8236 that's on, you know, the RL mastering. And this came from the year that Led Zeppelin 2 came out, 1969. So, you know, just wanted to show you guys that. So yeah, you know, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say, like, you know, just think about that. Think about your record collection and what's going to happen to it when you go. You know, is it going to be a burden for people to have to deal with, like thousands of records that nobody cares about? Or do you have something that's, you know, you're going to want to pass on? Some people just grab every record they possibly can and hold on to them, thinking like, this is going to be worth something someday. They'll have thousands of records, and then when they pass away, their family has to go through tons and tons of stuff. You know, I think about that sometimes, like what's going to happen to my stuff when I go? Hopefully my kids will, you know, be interested to a degree, but whatever. So yeah, think about that, you know. It's kind of scary or morbid, but like they're an extension of your personality, without a doubt, you know. So I'm going to leave it at that. Have a good weekend. Thank you for watching. If you could subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. And have a great weekend. Thanks.